light shone in one Sunday morning. I grew up without a warning. Misty hills and dark red mountains traumatized world. Lonely boat on cold still water, locked in tower, only daughter, lock the doors that want to open, a pool of tears remain. Walking in the shadows, landscape from the things I want to escape, knowing full and well I'll stay connected with my health. Stillness over the water, the traumatized heavy waters. I used to be so young and free, but now I'm bound by the bonds that be. I know what I should do, and I've known it for a long time, and I've only gotta do it.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another daily vlog somewhere in Brooklyn. You know, just admiring everything. We're headed to the Boil for dinner. We're going to do crabs here. So excited for them. I don't know, I just had a taste for them, so I definitely want to do them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then we're gonna go home. It was so nice walking through the city. My phone's about to die. I can't believe that I was home all day long and I did not charge my phone. Also feels like it's about to rain, so I'll show you guys what we got here.
It has been said, it's just a phase, like a red smile on my face. I know what I could be, and I do struggle with destiny, and I get through. No wonder I feel blue.
Alright, y'all. I made it home. Made it home. Looking quite crazy, I know. The hair will get dealt with in the morning. I have my Moroccan oil mask that, girl, I look a mess. I just got off of the bike. I just had the most amazing bike ride over the Williamsburg Bridge. Like, quite magical. There was like a whole gang of rollerbladers with lights on their blades. They like took over the bridge. So there were so many of them. And I was listening to like my station, Cleoso, Sade, all of the hits. And I had 2 drinks, honey, and I'm just riding over that bridge. It's so magical because the water's under you and then you see Brooklyn as you're coming from Manhattan. It's the way they have that skyline now, like the Domino Park and everything, and then the architecture is just like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I just looked, and all of a sudden I was feeling the beat, and I just looked and saw all of those rollerblade lights on the bottom, like colorful lights. I'm like, dang, I'm not on a psychedelic, but that was like insane. So I'm really tired. I've had a day. It's 9:15. I've had quite the day today. So we are getting ready to get in the shower, get clean, because she's dirty. She's dirty, honey, okay? Dirty, okay? Sweaty, salty, dirty, dirt flying, hair a mess, Moroccan oil, dried everything, ate crabs, stink, drink alcohol, the whole 9 yards. She's dirty. This is the kind of dirty that you get when you're a kid in the summertime. When you're a kid in the summertime and you're out for the day and you just like play all day, you get home and you get in the tub and the whole tub is black. Oh my gosh. But this is what I told you guys, like, you know, we do have to be kids always. You know, there has to be an alive, nourished, sort of taking care of kid inside of us for us to be happy, productive adults. And so whenever I can tap into like my inner child, you better believe I'm doing it. And the bike tonight, crabs, watermelon in the refrigerator, alcohol, tens. I wish I could tell you that I was washing my hair tonight, but I would be lying. I would be lying if I told you that. Because it's not happening. It's not happening. I actually washed it the other day while it was in the braids, the twist. So it's just dry more than anything, and I'm not dealing with it tonight. It is sweaty from today, but good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Thursday indeed. Indeed a cup. Poured myself a cup of coffee, iced. Y'all, I did not used to be an iced coffee girly, but I told the story already. But for those of you who are new, I'll tell it again. I bought a Smeg earlier in the year because it's so cute. Really expensive coffee maker for drip coffee. And then I also have an espresso, but I stopped using it because I don't know. The girls who scream about an espresso, they like it. I don't like the quality of the coffee. I think it's very low quality. And yeah, there are other brands that make Nespresso pods, but it was just a little too complicated and too expensive. So I ended up buying a Smeg where I could like ground my own coffee beans and brew them and have fresh coffee, because as much as I love an espresso to make like a latte or a cappuccino, it's not practical every day for my lifestyle, which is where the Nespresso comes in. But also, the reason I like those coffees is because the quality is good, much stronger, much more rich. Nespresso to me doesn't give that. So anywho, the story is I make a pot of coffee, and then it makes this really big pot of coffee. And because the beans are fresh and I'm grinding them and going to buy them from specific places, I'm not going to waste the coffee. So I put it in the refrigerator, and thus iced coffee for me was birthed. And I must say, I've really, really been liking it. Don't get me wrong, I still have my hot cup when it first brews, and then the rest is iced. So, you know. I have myself a bowl of cherries also for breakfast. And I'm wearing my deluxe eye patches. These eye patches are so good. I don't know if you've tried them before, but they are the reason I love deluxe over like topicals or any of the other. Well, I like topicals because they have very specific targets. These I like a lot because they're not wet at all. You just put them on, they're so dry, and they grip, and then the product penetrates this way. Forever Eye Mask by Deluxe. This one is Eye Reviver. So whenever I like have an event or something like I do today, I will wear these because they will suck your eyes up. So they come in this really cute little package, and only one comes in here too. So like these aren't your everyday mask. Well, they can be if you are that girl, but they have different options as well. The last eye mask you'll ever need, helping you get more out of your skincare. This reusable mask holds serums and creams close to delicate under eye. Yeah, so if you put your product on under here, oh, those cherries are in season. The reason I love these so much versus other ones is because you get to pick the product that you're wearing with it. Like, so I have a bunch of eye stuff I'll show you guys later or another time when I do my skincare talk about. But I literally put my eye cream on, put these on, and it sucks them in. So I love them. They're not specific to, you know, any other thing. They're not wet. You put your product on and then you lock them in with this. So I really love these. I had these on for about an hour today. I'm gonna take them off. Now you can already see the difference in my eye. It's already sucked back. You see? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Deluxe reusable, honey. And get yourself a pair. And what you do is when you take them off, you just put them back on this, and then you can also put stuff. You should clean this thing too though, because it will get dirty after a while of products. But you should put, like, for me, I always clean this, and then sometimes I put like hyaluronic acid on it or retinols. Retinols under your eyes is great, and retinol under the eye, if you can take it, is iconic. Remember to clean these off before you put them away, before you put any product on it. Once you take it off of your skin, make sure you're wiping them with like some sort of sanitizer, alcohol, whatever you use, and then store them away. Okay. So they called back from the groomers. The girls are going back to see a different groomer to fix what was done at 10 o'clock. And I know some of you are like, oh, they look great. And I appreciate that because, wow, they might look okay to you. To me, they don't, you know, and like, I know what a good cut looks like on them. And I am the customer, you know. You're not going to go to a hair salon and get something completely different than what you talked about, and then have the hairstylist tell you if you don't like it, you can do it yourself. When you ask them, hey, I thought we talked about this. No, actually this. I'm sure this is so relatable to a lot of people. When you talk about hair, you go and you ask for something and then you don't get it, and then you just have a calm, nice conversation. I'm not aggressive, like abrasive person. So you just have a nice conversation with them, asking them like, oh, okay, like really being mindful of the things that you say also. And then to have that hairstylist look at you and say, if you don't like it, you can do it yourself. After you've already paid the money, which by the way, was not cheap. For one of them over here at this place, one cut for the dog is like $150 something with tax. When the total amount is closer to $400. And that's before tip. Well, I didn't tip him, but that's before tip. So it's not cheap. And I have 2 dogs, you know, so like, it's not cheap, and I don't have $400 to just throw away or to pay for a service that I didn't get and then also be disrespected in the process. Like, at the end of the day, I am a client, I'm a customer, I'm going into a business, and I didn't get what I asked for. When I took the time to give him pictures of them, of what it looked like, and also to really explain in detail, and then ask him if he had any questions around what I was asking, what I was explaining. So I feel like as a customer, I did everything that I was supposed to do. I left the dogs there. I came back. It was not right. It was nothing like what I talked about. And I'll show you guys at some point today before we go back over. But it just does not look like a cut. Like, sure, he shaved their bodies down. Actually, he didn't shave them down as low as I wanted. I said completely off. And then I initially had him shave them down and put the puffs around their ankles. You guys know the summer cuts that they get. And when I went back over there to get Summer, he didn't do it right. He did not have the puffs over her ankles. He actually shaved her legs all the way down and had the puffs over her feet. Over her feet. Not where they usually be. I can insert a picture here of how they usually look. They were not right here. They were over her feet. And at that point, I knew something was wrong. I was like, I was in shock almost. And she was like, I asked, did you want the feet like this? You want the feet like that? And I didn't know what to say. And I'm not rude and I try not to be, and if I'm not like, okay, let me preface. When I'm out drinking, like what I explained the other day with the dog situation, with the neighbor situation, like sometimes that helps me to be a little more confrontational. Confrontation isn't a bad thing, by the way, but just on a regular day to day, I am a non-confrontational person. I avoid confrontation. I know that sounds like weird considering my personality. A lot of people think my personality is very like in your face, and it is. But I am not that person, honestly. So in a professional, and I'm a professional too. You have to remember something. I work in corporate America, and I have been for a really long time. Like I'm just professionally trained in a way. In an establishment, I'm not going to be confrontational and cause a scene. So she was just like, she was more, I was definitely more concerned than her, but she was very concerned too that she just brought it up and she kept wanting to confirm it. Because in my mind, I was like, okay, I gotta shave this off. So I told her, like, actually, that's not what we talked about. Here's the photos that I sent him. He has them. I just don't know where it went wrong. So can we have him just shave them completely off? Don't even worry about the puffs because it wasn't quite connecting. So he shaved Summer's feet off. On her feet, y'all. I was like, what in the world? Shaved the feet off, and then I took her home, and he was going to start Lucy May. Fast forward, I come back to get Lucy May, but I already get Summer home, and I'm like, it's just very wrong. Like, he put it on her feet, we shaved those off, and then on her ears, usually they have like puffy ears and then they round it at the end. This dude literally shaved their ears down and put like bells on the bottom of their ears. I'm gonna show you. Like shaved and then bells. It's the weirdest thing. And I just didn't understand it. So when I went back to get Lucy May, she has the same ears. And Lucy has fluffier ears, so you can really see that he shaved it down and have these big bells at the end, like ball earrings hanging. And I was just like, I don't understand. And I had to speak up because obviously, like, it's expensive, like I just explained. And she's like, yeah, let's have him fix it then. So she gets him, he comes out, and then he's like, well, what's wrong? And I was like, well, the pictures that I showed you, I was hoping that we could match those. He was like, I did. Very defensive. And I was like, And then I get a little like, I was like, I don't know. Like, I've had these dogs for a really long time. I've been getting these cuts. I mean, I've never had this cut before. So I definitely could not have sent you a picture of it. So I can pull up the picture, obviously, to show you what I sent you, because he was, to her, like trying to make it seem like that's what I was asking for. And then he turned, he said, well, I just did what you asked me to do. And I was like, well, I didn't ask you to do that. I was like, I asked you for puffs around they called the bikini clip for poodles, not on their feet. He was like, yes, that's what you asked me to do. And I was like, this is not right. So then I tried to redirect the conversation. And I said to him, well, how do you think that it looked? Now, but the puffs aren't there, but how do you think that the ears look? He's like, yeah, they look great. This is what you asked for. I was like, sir, it is not what I asked for. Like, I just want you to know, like, this is not okay, that you're gaslighting me, essentially. He's like, well, if you don't like it, you can just cut your dogs yourself. And walked away, went back into the grooming room, and shut the door. And I was flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. I already paid for this when I went to get Summer because I was like, when I come back to get Lucy, I just want to grab her and go. It already was late in the day. I just needed to get it done. So I just was trying to tell her, like, I feel so ripped off. Like, I can't believe that this happened. So for my 18, for remember the 18 yesterday asked, why didn't I say anything while I was there? Well, I did say something while I was there. I'm not going to escalate a situation, but I'm not going to escalate a situation while I'm there. And so, yeah, I followed up because at the end of the day, I had time to walk, to breathe, to come home, to think. And I think that's what we all should be doing in heated situations. We should not just be reacting in a situation that's in front of you. There are other ways that you can handle this. You know, you don't have to be face to face being confrontational. You never know where that's going to lead you. You just never know how it's going to turn out. I am a Black trans person living in this world right now. It is not safe out here for me to be in public, in a business or anywhere, confronting or going back and forth with white people. It's not safe. I'm sure we see everything that's going on right now. So I appreciate that question. But yeah, I chose to come home and continue to escalate the situation because I think that that was the right thing to do. I think that was the adult thing to do. And if you're having a conversation with someone who's gaslighting you, blaming you, not listening to what you're saying, and then on top of that, I'm the victim because my dogs are the ones who received the treatment that I did not ask for and that I paid for. I think it's okay for me to come home, to breathe, to take a step back, to really think, really settle in. Sometimes you can take a breather and it all works out. Like you realize like you're hot for nothing and you can let it go. That's why breathers are important. Unfortunately, in this situation, I did calm down, but that's not what happened. And so, yes, I called them back to let them know that I was unhappy and to also give them an opportunity to correct it before I ask for a refund or dispute the charge. Like, I don't want to be out here taking advantage of businesses, especially service-based businesses in this economy. I don't want to be that person. So, yeah, if I can give them an opportunity, a lot of people would say, girl, just dispute the charge and move on. Or just ask for a refund and move on. A lot of people would say that. And while I think that, yeah, that is probably what my first mind is telling me, would have told me too. But I do want to be conscious of like humanity and like what people are going through. And I don't know if that guy had a terrible day. I don't know if they put him in there as like a makeshift groomer just to keep the business afloat and make as little money as they can or whatever. I don't know the situation. And so I do want to be mindful of like how I'm reacting or how my actions can affect them in that way. So yeah, I want to give them an opportunity to correct it. And if they don't correct it, then I will move forward with the next one. So we're going over there today and we're going to see if we can get this fixed. And that's that. And that is that. So sorry for that rant, y'all. I wanted to like add the context. I realized I never gave the story time actually of what happened. And y'all are probably over there like, what in the world is going on? That's that. After that, I'm gonna wash my hair, blow dry my hair, and start getting ready for this evening. Let me get up, let me try to put something on. I really and go over there. All right, y'all, we getting ready to go back over, and I just wanted to show you guys. Come here, Summer. Show them your ears. So, move, Lucy. Specifically, look at these ears. You see how, move, Lucy. You see how he shaved her ears right there? Let me see. I don't know if Summer's gonna cooperate. He shaved them here and then left these like little bells on the end. I don't know why he would ever do that. And yeah, and then as you can see, she still has like hair on her foot where I had him shave it off because he had literally the bells all over the foot. But you can definitely see the ears right here. Look at Lucy's. Come here, Lucy. Sit down. Look at that. That's not okay. Okay, look at Lucy's mouth. Look at it. Anyway, I can't. They're not gonna let me show y'all, but we're gonna head over there to the groomer now. And try to get this fixed. All right, y'all. So that did not go as expected. We were supposed to drop the girls off, but guess what? Their groomer didn't show up. Just didn't show up. She said that they had another groomer for the girls today, but they were supposed to be there at 10, and all of a sudden, it's now 10:45. I've just been sitting there with her, and no one showed up. Not one person showed up. So, woohoo! We'll try again. She said she's gonna try to get another one out there tomorrow, so we'll see. But at this point, I'm feeling like this is just a lost fight. This is just a lost fight, so I might as well just let it be. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I'm going out with Justin tonight, so the idea that I'm going to be available tomorrow, we will see, because y'all know I have 2 drinks and I'm like, I need to rest the whole next day. So, but that's okay. It's just right. That's okay. It's just right across the street, so I can just easily drop them off and get them fixed. Okay, y'all. Since the grooming didn't work out, I'm going to get started on my hair, which I could have done a long time ago. Okay, I got 2 conditioners from Sephora yesterday. This one is just a regular hydrating conditioner, which I'll use like to co-wash my hair weekly. So I wash my hair like twice every other week, and then, but every week, in the in-between weeks, I do a conditioning co-wash. And this is the mask. It's a Moroccan Intense Hydrating Mask, the same one I showed you guys before. We're just gonna, and you know what I hate about this? They don't even fill you up. They charge you so much money and they don't even fill you up. It's crazy. So I'm gonna use both of them actually now. This just because my hair needs to be broken up because of the twist that I had in. I mean, I did those things for a reason, but like, oh my God, was it a bad idea? Yes. But nothing a little conditioner can't fix. Conditioner in the hair fixes everything. And I literally just wet it along the way. I used to have a spray bottle. I don't know where I lost it or threw it away or whatever happened to it. But yeah, I'm just going to put this in and let it sit in my hair for about an hour. Wash my hair. Detangle it. And then blow dry it. Get ready for tonight. Like I told y'all, I'm going to an event as Justice Plus One with MCM. So I'm really, really excited about that. I used to wear MCM actually. Because when I grew up, it was a thing, honey. Back in the day, if you had an MCM Susie Wan bag, oh my God, you were the only girl in the world. I mean, that was like the hood signature, the MCM. The bucket and the Susie Wan. The bucket was cute, but if you had a Susie Wan MCM, oh, they need to bring that one back. If they bought Susie Wan back, I would get one just for nostalgia purposes. Because I never had a chance to have it, you know. I never had it. I had an MCM pouch once, like a fanny pack. We used to call them pouches. It was that was like my first one. And then I had an MCM backpack, which I wore every day for years. And then eventually it broke after having it for years. And honey, you know me, very resourceful queen. I definitely tried to sew her back together. It was just the handle, the arm of it broke off. Child, you know, I tried to sew her back together and she lasted for a while, but then eventually it was just done. Then I got the fanny pack. I don't know, these knots in my hair, like right here, it's a big knot, y'all. Oh my God, I'm just ripping my hair off. Like I would never do this to my hair again, ever. It was not a good look. It requires patience. But look at that curl, honey. Look at that curl that your girl has. Your girl has hair and curl. Yes, y'all are right. Someone is so right. I need to get a haircut for sure. And I will be getting a haircut, actually. All right, y'all, I'm going to do this.